Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to another GOG summer sale video. So this time we are looking at games under $5. Quite a lot of interesting games here, especially from the, let's say, the 2000s and the 2000 teens. And yeah, now you can get them for very cheap, and of course you can max them out on your graphics card. Most of these games I played probably at 720p, but now you can enjoy it at 4K or something. So also the Steam summer sale will be starting in 2 days, 26th of June. So I'll be trying to do my usual live stream and some videos for it. So looking forward to that. I just wanted to mention that because I haven't been making a lot of videos here, but I still do enjoy doing that. So I'll try and do the usual live stream. All right, let's get into the sale. First, we have Mad Max, one of my favorites. So I thought I'll get this out of the way. This is a game from 2015, so almost 10 years old. I think came out in September, so only a few months away. And this was at a time when the open world games were starting to get a little boring. But this was strangely fun, very simple formula, clear outpost, liberate outpost, and clear the watchtowers, whatever, sort of a variation of that, but still enjoyable. You are limited on weapons here, so you rely on hand-to-hand combat. Your car is also used for combat. You can customize it. And yeah, it's got a very interesting, brutal setting and story inspired by the Mad Max universe. So $2.99 for this one, 85% off. And this is also part of the GOG preservation program over here. So which means basically they'll be updating it, keeping it up to date with the latest Windows and things like that. And of course, everything here is DRM free on GOG. So you can just download the installation files and install them, play them offline, things like that. I'll put all the links below as usual in the description and in the pinned comment. Next, we have Hitman Blood Money. This is from the early Hitman games, the last of the early games from 2006, and this is generally considered the best. I liked the Silent Assassin game more, the second game, but this is also pretty good, and this is 90% off, 99 cents only. Fantastic game. Next, we have the Far Cry games, the early Far Cry games. So I have Far Cry 2, Fortunes Edition, and Far Cry 1. Now these are Ubisoft games, but you don't need to connect to the Uplay launcher and things like that. They are also DRM free. So yeah, these are interesting, and I know most of us may have started the Far Cry series with the third game with Vaz, but these are also fun. This was a little different to the later games. Far Cry 2 is a bit more sort of realistic in terms of survival elements and things like that. But yeah, these are really good open world games from the 2000s and the late 2000s, and they still hold up. So 249 for Far Cry 2 and 299 for Far Cry 1. Next, we have Stranglehold. So this is a third-person action game, bullet time. You could say inspired by Mad Max. You play as Inspector Tequila from John Woo's movie Hardpoint. So you're basically playing the same character, and yeah, it's a fun little game, and you can get it for only $2, 80% off. Next, we have the Doom game. So first, we have Doom 2016. This is a recent addition to GOG, and the standard edition you can get for $3.99. The other one is not on sale right now. I think this is enough. You don't need the music and stuff. But yeah, I don't think there is like an ultimate version of this one. But yeah, $3.99 for this is fantastic because this game, before Microsoft took over, they did not used to have good regional pricing on this game, even on Steam. And now it is available on GOG and also extremely affordable. Great game, and visually still holds up. You can, even when it came out, it looked good and you could get very high FPS. So now you should be able to get, I don't know, a million FPS. $3.99, 80% off. And also we have Doom 3, also same price, but a lot older. This is, you could say, a forgotten Doom game. Games from this period were also pretty good. I've played something like Prey and Chronicles of Riddick. So those are also fun and similar in terms of feel and atmosphere. $3.99 for this one, 60% off. So yeah, they still hold up well. They look good. They had this revolutionary technology for lighting and stuff. I remember a big presentation in the early 2000s before this game came out. So it was kind of a big deal. But obviously now it's a little forgotten. Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut. So this was, you could say, a little bit of a reboot of this series from 2011. And back in those days, I was getting into gaming and I was really impressed by this game. Interesting RPG, cyberpunk setting, and yeah, you have an interesting protagonist, interesting ways of solving the different missions and different abilities and things like that. So yeah, it was a very good game. And of course, unfortunately, this is also no longer being made. Sequel was decent as well, but I don't know what happened after that. They just stopped making this. Of course, they sold the rights to Embracer and all of that. So I don't know what the situation is, if we will ever get this back. But yeah, it's a great game that you should check out. $299, 85% off. Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor, Game of the Year edition. So I've played this game multiple times and I find it enjoyable every time. The only negative I have of this game is the FOV is very low. So you may get a headache if you are like me. Open world map is also not particularly big, but other than that, the combat is fantastic, and you have all these combos and different ways of taking out the orcs. And also the famous nemesis system is in this game, where each of these encounters with these enemies, they are unique. They remember you. If you meet them again, they recall what happened last time and things like that. So $399, 80% off, set in the Lord of the Rings universe. Story is nothing great, and it's also not connected to the main stories, but it's within that universe. Just Cause 2. So this was the first Just Cause game I played. I did get the Just Cause 3 game when it came out, but I wasn't really that impressed. I still prefer this one more. And basically a big open map where you can destroy everything. And this is from 2010 now, I think. Yeah. So yeah, it shouldn't be a problem to run this game. It does look good. It has a very big map. And it's only $2 for the complete edition. So you get all of this included here. Technomancer. So this is a bit of a personal recommendation. Um, this is an interesting setting, interesting RPG. I liked it very much, but it does still have some technical issues. Smaller areas, you have to go through the same sections over and over. Combat is a bit unbalanced, but overall the story etc. is really good. So my recommendation is play this for the story, meaning drop the difficulty down to very easy or easy, whatever the lowest is, and just have a fun time with this game. You have some interesting mechanics with how you fight and do things like that. So it does some things very, very well, and some things are not properly done. This is made by the same people who made the Greedfall games, which also has similar issues. But yeah, I really did like it, and I even made a review about this game. For $1.50, this was $2 when I got it. This is 1.5 now. If you get into the hang of this, and if you don't mind some of the repeated interiors and the monsters that keep respawning in the same locations, you should have a good time. I would say 20-25 hours playtime. At least that's how long it took me. And yeah, $149. Then we have Graveyard Keeper, so another game I often recommend. This is very similar to Stardew Valley in terms of looks and how you play the game, but it has a bit more dark humor. Instead of a farm, you have a graveyard and some other slightly supernatural things happening. So yeah, I really enjoyed this game. It's a funny game, and it has some interesting DLCs as well. But you can enjoy this game if you like doing the random things, upgrading your graveyard and your house, making various things and working all the time. This will be fun. $399, 80%. Next is Call of Juarez Gunslinger. So if you want a Western style game, this is the last of the series, I think, from 2013. Yeah, 2013. And so yeah, if you want a Western action game, $299 for this one. This is made by Techland, the people behind the Dying Light games. Another of my recommendations is Far Lone Sales. So an interesting indie game, relaxing. You are a little boy in this very unusual vehicle, and you're going through a dried up seabed, and you have to power your vehicle using wind, or you pick up some items and you use them as fuel, and you have some obstacles along the way and you have to navigate that. So not a very long game, it's a fairly short game. It took me around 3 hours when I played it first time, and there is even an achievement to finish this in under 90 minutes. You can do that. But yeah, it's a very nice game. You get upgrades for your vehicle, and you keep it running, repair it, things like that. $149, 90% off. And then finally, one of my all-time favorites is Anno 1602. This is a Ubisoft game. Well, it wasn't a Ubisoft game when it first came out, but Ubisoft later bought them. And yeah, this is a city builder style game in the sort of 1600s medieval time. You have a ship with some resources. You go and settle islands. You make resources. I love this game and this series in general. They they have been going on for a long time. This is the very first one from 1998. And every now and then, every few years, I still go back and play this game. I have a physical version. I have one on GOG. I've even bought the one on Ubisoft, they also had the recent history version with widescreen support and things like that. I got that as well. And of course, there is a new one coming out later this year set in ancient Rome, Anno Pax Romana or something like that. So I'm looking forward to that, even though it's a Ubisoft game. Hopefully, it doesn't turn out to be crap. But these guys are not directly involved. They're still, I think, in Austria or Germany where they make these games, and these are still fantastic. So 249 for this one, 75%. And also, before I go, Prime Gaming has been giving away a lot of games for GOG. So if you don't have a Prime Gaming subscription, I'll put the links below. You can join up. You can get a trial as well if you've never taken a subscription with Prime before. Depends. It's not clean cut how they do it. Sometimes you can join it, sometimes you can't. But anyway, it's not very expensive, at least here in India. And I often get Prime for other things like free delivery from Amazon and things like that. So this is handy. And they are giving away some very good games. Like recently, they have given away the remastered Tomb Raider trilogy, which I think came out in December or something. So yeah, or maybe June last year, whatever. But it's a fairly recent release. You also have things like Toem, Saints Row 2, Saints Row 4. So a lot of these smaller games, you can now get them after a year or two if you have things like Prime, or if you pick up games from Epic. And so there's really no need. You can see things like Mordheim Mafia 3 is also included, and of course these are the GOG versions. They tend to give away games for GOG and occasionally for Epic, and this way you can save quite a lot, especially some interesting games like this one where they are interesting enough but you're not sure about spending money. You can get quite a lot of them over here. Anyway, that's it for this one. Thank you for watching, and hopefully see you on Thursday with the Steam Summer Sale.